Welcome to Tea with the Talkative. How are you doing? Mm, mm. Coffee be there. Coffee be there. Welcome to Have Tea. My name is Teleki Enipa. How are you doing? How is life? Is everything going smoothly and airy? If not, I'm so sorry. But as I keep saying, I'm here to spice up your week. We made man the same. I have to make you happy. Like I feel like I was born to. I feel like I was born to make you happy. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. Let's have tea. Okay, so you're welcome back. Now, you know this whole Kaywa highly spiritual, formally signed acts and Obika has some shenanigans around them. When this thing started, Kaywa has been on the media rants, talking about what who did against him and how they did it and all of that and how he feels. And of course, media too, we like to probe. Yeah, the NSC a baby question. They ask. And so of course, whenever he goes on the platform, as long as you have KY, you will ask questions. So the media is asking questions and he's also speaking. But then people in the media, including myself, have come out to say that let sleeping dogs lie. Follow when you follow the boys to the interview, let them have their moment, let them shine. But right now, it's like last mate has shined more than the guys that are following you to interviews. Also, if not, if you think your presence is going to make people want to talk to you more, why don't you just throw the boys to the wolves? So that the boys will go into the media, go and goof their own goof, and then make some headlines. But I really don't know if that's attention advice fell on good ears or not. But whatever the case. But one thing we haven't seen has been any of the guys, which is Mr. Drew or Last Me speaking on this issue. And finally, Fire Stick Sticky, Fire Stick, Fire Stick has interviewed Mr. Drew on Instagram Live and he probed a bit more about the kind of deal he had with Kaywa or Highly Spiritual. And Mr. Drew has said something that I didn't expect him to say, honestly. I didn't. He spoke about the kind of label that highly spiritual was. So according to him, when he went on the label, it wasn't a fully fleshed out label. It was as a more and all that kind of thing. And the way he spoke, it looked like there was a lot of compromises he had to make as an artist too, because he realized that the deal or the label didn't also have a lot to offer him. But at a point, it looked like the compromise work, and then so he felt that he left highly spiritual on a good note with Kewa, but afterwards it seemed as though Kewa is subtly saying that he wasn't pleased with the way things were left between Mr. Drew and himself. But when he was further asked if he would go on to sign that kind of deal again, or would even allow his own brother to sign that kind of deal with Kewa, the way he exclaimed, no, it means that all isn't well, all wasn't well. But you see, that's the thing. Whenever something happens, there is always two sides to the story. What the media have heard has been KO's side. But what about last minute? What about what's his name? Drew. So you see, whenever you weigh the conversation, you can realize that Charlie, it takes two all the time. It takes two. Somebody might have done something, and even if somebody started something, somebody responded some way, somehow, that might have kept the thing going. So whenever Asemusia, but I also I don't know the way Mr. Drew spoke in a way. I say it didn't put Kewa and highly spiritual in a good light, and I was hoping that he would have maintained his silence rather than speak to the matter. Because Charlie, right now, the corner in which Kewa has put these artists, they are left with self defense. And now, when it comes to self defense, you are always saying things that it doesn't sit well with the other person. And I don't want that relationship that they had with Kewa to get mad because no matter how bad their structure was, or no matter how new their structures was, Charlie, Mr. Drew, you had some multiple hits when you were with highly spiritual. It was crazy, like Charlie, kewa be kewa. Oh yes, and genuinely, there was a certain era. Aqua ways is the airwaves, so back to back, Mr. Drew, back to back. It means that there was something he was doing right, and I was hoping that you will let this issue go. But I don't know. Whenever Firestick has interviews with these guys, Omo can't say when they carry on the media, they won't say. I don't know, so or who to pay go. The excessive conversation Sack will have with. I feel like because they see him as a friend, boy's voice, they get overly comfortable around Firestick and they say certain things that on a normal day, or when Daria address ya media, so I come on can. And I think that's what happened to Mr. Drew as well. I think they get carried away like excitement. Oh, this one be on a party, and they say things that I feel like they shouldn't have said. But nonetheless, Talehi to they do your job. But sana wa who now be kind controversial moment or for that's why we are here talking about it. So another thing that has is up, and I think we should talk about has been the Bob Marley album that is coming, African Unite album, and the album is the reimagining with African art, and I think some highlights of it has been our very own Stonebwoy from Ghana being on the album, Sarkodie on the album. So Ghana we have two. Stonebwoy Sarkodie, and then Nigeria there was Rema, Tiwa Savage, Oxy. When I say Oxy, I mean Oxlade, Oxlade, Tenny, Ira Star. And so there are lots more African artists there. There are lots more artists on there, and the album is going to be crazy. Of course, this has sparked so many conversations. You know, Ghana for there. Somebody's success, we see it as always somebody's downfall. Until you can see as Sack and Stone has been featured, you can imagine who people are trolling. But in once that same person got featured by an icon, we wanted people to say, "Oh, it's not necessary to drag Sack and Stone." So why are you doing the same to the person? Why are you doing the same to the person? But nonetheless, it's a big deal that we should celebrate as a country, yo. And big ups to Bob Marley and his team, the way they've been, in fact, Bob Marley's team, the estate, how they've managed to, over the years, keep the fire burning. Obi Awe wo 30 something years ago, but drop your album. Whoa, what is it Ghana? One song ground to me drop it. Whoa. Whoa. Taleba, this shows you that when people understand the business of music, your voice, your words, it always stays on forever and ever. That is what you say you mewu. Until you do timeless record. You can't move until you keep moving. Hey, sorry, hey, sorry. I beg you, I beg you. Finally, on today's show, Yao Gray, my own man, Yao Gray has dropped a book. It's called Work Hard or Work Smart. I haven't read the book yet, but per the reviews I've seen online, I think I'll have to read it by end of day. The reviews I've seen online, it's great. And I know for people like me who have heard Yao Gray speak, Yao Gray kasa emu otu to me say wa bo bra bra so abono wa fa bibi na bibi afa mu. Until when he speaks, say we abebu in the crowd, say no bebu be no. And that kind of book I'm going to read it imagining it in your Grace voice, and every book in the baby thing. You know, the beard, the Adam upon it, or Kase more do. Hey, yeah, hey. So read a book. Tell we are in the book season, so you might as well support and read the book. Now I'm certain the book is not trending because on cast some controversial beyond to her. Please, if you want to prove to the world that positivity sells, let's also go and support this book. Read, share, and speak about it so that other people who want to write books will not always be forced to put something salacious or negative in it. Let's support books like this as well. So these are the stories that are going on, and yeah, so these are the stories, and thank you for watching. And my name has been Tileke Nipa. If you haven't shared or subscribed to this channel, please do. And if there's anything you have to do, do it now. You just active the talk.